If you are interested in running a business that runs without you, one thing that I want you to know is something that I have done. And along my journey, I had a lot of difficulties. And today I'm going to give you the exact structure that if you follow this structure, you are going to understand exactly how business owners are able to walk away from their business for that business to continue to work. At the end of this video, you understand why it is that when some business owners step away from their business, the business immediately fails because the owner has stepped away, right? When I started my business, I did every single thing in my business. It means that I responded to messages. When somebody needed something to be delivered, I intervened and I did that on their behalf. I did that myself. I spoke to guests, I spoke to customers, I handled customer problems. But the problem I found with this is that it meant that the business depended on me. It means that if I needed to travel, it means the business was going to fail. So I started asking the question. What do I need to do to replace myself in the business? Is there something that I can do to replace myself? And once I started this strategy, I saw that my business did not need me anymore. And this is what I'm going to show to you. It's a 4-step process. First of all, for you to be able to do a business that works without you, you have to do something that is called a task replacement. That means you have to replace the task in the company. Replacing the task in the company means that writing everything that you do, especially the things that you do repetitively. That means those things you do them every single day. Today you are going to do it. Tomorrow you are going to do it. Sit down and write all of it down, or film yourself doing it once, so that even if you have an employee who is an intelligent person, that person can very easily go through what you have already recorded. So you can spend time recording it once so that you can give it to somebody. And that is how you give away tasks. The second level to creating a business that can work without your presence is for you to be able to replace decision making. And decision making is different from task. Unlike task, if in your company, every single time that a decision has to be made in your company and you are the one who has to be called for a decision to be made, it means that it is you who are preventing your company from growing. How do you know why a company is not growing? For you to know why a company is not growing, you just have to test and see who is that person that when decision has to be made, if that person is not called, decision is not made, that person is the reason why the company cannot grow. For your company to be able to grow, you have to find out a way to delegate decision making. That means that you could also have a way where decision is weighted. That means according to the weight of the decision, it is either delegated or called. It's not everything that has to happen in your business that you have to be called about. You have to kind of give, okay, if whatever is involved, maybe it's this amount of money, I want you to take the decision yourself. If that money exceeds a certain amount, I want you to call me. With time, even you can replace somebody that the person is called. And there's also a margin for that person. If it exceeds a certain amount, that person has to be called also. Decision. You have to be able to delegate even decision making in your company. The number 3 thing that you have to be able to delegate, or you have to be able to replace, is that you have to replace accountability in your system. Accountability. You have to replace accountability in your system. That means that the people that you bring to work in your company, they have to have, to some degree, a certain degree of accountability. We call it this, having a skin in the game. That means that they should enjoy when something positive happens in the company, and somehow they should have some sort of punishment when something negative happens in the company, so that when the company is winning, you are all winning together. When the company is losing, somehow you are not the only person worried in your company. And I can already tell you this, that If in your business, if bad outcome affects only you, the owner, you do not have a business that can work without you. Because the minute that you stay away from that business, the actors of that business are not going to take it, they are not going to take it personal. You want to have a system where the actors within your company should be able to take the company personally. It means that when something good happens, they should have some sort of a reward system. When something bad happens, they should have something that is kind of an outcome that is not desirable. This is how you are able to have a business that works without you. The final one that you have to be able to replace, you have to replace outputs. Everything that I've already spoken about to this point is very important. But the most important thing is that you have to understand that you are dealing with numbers when you have a company. So you have to have clear KPIs. And when I say clear KPIs, I mean have things that you'll be able to measure, numbers that you'll be able to measure, to be able to know that is my company or is my business doing well? What has to be true for everything in my business to be true? Do you have revenue targets such that, and if this is done right, frankly, the rest of the things that I've mentioned don't have to be right. Because once you are able to reach your target, it doesn't even matter the methodology. So let's say you have somebody who is supposed to take accountability, maybe they don't, and there's something positive in that company happens. It means that what are you in that company for? Because if everything is working, but at the end of the month, the numbers don't add up, it means you have wasted your time. You have to have clear numbers. This is the limits that I want, or this is the thing that has to be true for everything else to be true. Because accountability is important. And when I started my business and I brought people on and they didn't have accountability, from the onset, I started arguing with, cleaners a lot. I was always having issues with my cleaners. The minute I brought accountability, where if something positive happened, they enjoyed. If something negative happened, they were kind of submitted to some kind of scrutiny. Everything started working out for me. And I didn't need, in fact, now when you do that, it is even your team encouraging you to even do things good because they want to enjoy from the upside. But all of that it doesn't mean anything if you do not have a numbering system to be able to know whether it is even working. You have to you have to obsess with numbers of your company. Is my company doing well or not? If it is doing well, how do I know the numbers? How do I not know the numbers? So for you to always to be able to have a company that does well or that's able to operate in your absence, then you have to have numbers that you are tracking. Said that even if you are not in the country and you are somewhere else, at the end of the month, it is the numbers that you are more interested in. If there's this profit margin, then everything else is okay. If the company grows by this, everything is okay. Until you are able to set up a system that can operate without you, you are never going to be financially free. Because this is the key. This is the bedrock of wealth. This is the secret that every rich person knows that poor people do not know. Poor people understand that you have to create a business. You have to get a job. You have to do this. They understand that the way to go about money is to have a business. But an important thing that poor people do not understand is that they do not understand that the only way to win in business is to be able to set up a business that operates without you. If Dangote did not do that, he would not be Dangote. If Kwame Despite did not do that, he would not be Kwame Despite. If Elon Musk, Trump, everybody else that you know who is rich right now, if they did not at some point figure out how to make a business operate without them, they will not be that person. And poor people do not understand this. My name is Adnan Saani Dangote. I'm happy to join you guys on this live. Maybe if it is possible, I'll pick a couple of people and then we can have a discussion. But you have to understand that setting up a business that works without you is the key. I have written a book called The Wealth GPS, which I give for free. You can find in the link in my bio, or you can comment GPS. It shows you, if you have nothing, what you need to do. Because there is a structure to all of these things. And based on where you find yourself is what decides the decision that you have to take. It means that if you're a person who has nothing, you have to find a job if you cannot start a business. If you already have a job, you have to start a business. If you already have a business, you have to find a way to automate the business. And by automating the business, it means to make the business work without you. And this is what I'm talking about today. If you already have a business that works without you, you have to become an investor. Thank you very much, Mr. Don. Thank you very much, Posh, and everybody who has, gifted me. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, Josephine Mau says, thank you. I love the book. Taught me so much. Yes, so if you have not read the Wealth GPS book, it is my book. In fact, you have to look for it. You can find it for free in the link in my bio, or you can comment GPS in any of my, on any of my videos, so that you can have access to it. The point of, so I don't know, I want to accept calls on, okay, I think I don't have the requirement for that. Okay. All right. So God will says, thank you very much. It is very important that you find a business that works without you. Today, in this day and age, you are able to look up how to set up businesses, how to run businesses. All of that is very important. As for money, there is a lot of money in this world. There's so much money in this world. If you don't have it, you just don't have it. And you don't need anybody to tell you that there's a lot of money in this world. You just have to look out of your window and see all the houses. They belong to, human beings. They belong to other people. Okay? Tim Tony, thank you very much. It belongs to other people. Other human beings own all of those houses. All of those cars belong to people like you. Right? And each house would cost at least $20,000. At least $20,000. Where do you think these people get all this money to build all these houses? Systems. Businesses that can operate without you. If you do not have a business that can operate without you, that is a tough one. So, that is all that I'm going to talk to you today about. You change everything around me. Thank you very much, KD Art. I actually wanted to talk to some people here, but I think I don't have the requirements. Thank you very much. If you have gifted and I've not seen that, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So on Facebook, there is Lucy, who says, God bless you. Love from Cameroon. Thank you very much. Everyone from Cameroon, I appreciate you. Thank you. There is Mike TSG, who says, thank you. Good day. Manuel House says, setting up a business that runs without you is the key. It is the absolute key. It is the one thing that rich people know that poor people do not know. That you have to have a business that works, without you. And it takes time. It's not something that you are just going to do, like if you have nothing going on and you want to lie in your room and then you set up a business that works without you. No, you have to, start somewhere. Because before you set up a business that works without you, you first of all have to take that business as a job. Because from the onset, you are the one who is going to do all the things that are required to do, in that business. So it doesn't just start. On Facebook, Harmin Below Luando says, just touching down and we'll miss my favorite motivational icon. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. How to run and start a business without presence no, you cannot. To start a business without your presence for a beginner is going to be very, very tough. Maybe I don't know it, so I don't want to limit you. Maybe you'll be able to find out on your own, do your research and know and find out about it. But it's not something that I advise. First of all, you need experience in even the business that you are setting up. When you have employees joining and everything, listen, first of all, the ideal way to run a business, is for you to be able to hire professionals to handle the aspect of your business. But that is something that you cannot do. I am so sure that you cannot do it. Right? I'm so sure you don't have the money to be able to hire professionals, because all of these things that I have discussed, they are good. But what beats this is to be able to hire professionals to run your business for you. And it's something that you may not necessarily have the money to do from the onset. So you are going to end up needing what I just spoke about. You are going to have to delegate it to people, okay, by using that very structure. So the best, there's Genesis who says in the construction, and he wants the best way for publicity. Publicity is good, but the publicity has to start from within. The best method of publicity is to have a good product. Once you have a good product, that product is going to sell itself. Then there is other ads that you can run. There's other things that you can do. But if you have a good product, that product is going to sell itself. And one of the indicators that you may not have a good product is if the need to promote that business is stronger than the organic growth of that business. Right? If a business has to depend on advertisement, publicity to grow, then it's one indicator, that it's probably not a very good business. If a business is good, the first few customers should be enough. I remember I watched this thing about Elon Musk. They were asking me about when he started PayPal. And he said when they started PayPal, what they did is that they gave the first few people for free. And they did referral programs where if somebody brought somebody else, they had a particular amount of money. As it started to grow, they started reducing this money. And it got to a time that people loved the product that it just exploded. They didn't need to pay other people anymore. But from the onset, they gave it for free. So if your product is good enough, even giving it for free in the beginning is a marketing strategy, because the people you give it to are going to want it again. Right? So publicity, marketing, and everything is important. But for a new business, you want to have something. That is why I keep saying that you have to get something that has instantly a lot of demand. If you want to look like a genius, then you have to do a business that has a lot of demand. People are going to think that you are some genius, business, and you are literally just serving what people already want. So if you start in the business and you're already thinking publicity, then you have a problem, because publicity, Mr. Don, thank you, because publicity is something that you consider when the business has already grown and you are thinking, okay, I want to increase the number of organic sales that I have. I want to reach out to more people faster, make more money. But it shouldn't be the game plan from the onset. Unless you are some rich person who wants to create a demand, who wants to come into the market with a new product, and you have money to be able to push it. So it's very important. No, my request button is, I understand, my request button is not off. I'm told I have some requirements. I have to go live for 30 minutes. Is it 23, 30? So it's like I'm supposed to do it 30 times. I think 23. I don't know. I've seen 23 over 30, so I don't know what that means. And apparently I have to go live on 3 separate days. And apparently I have done it once, 1 over 3. So I think I've not met the requirement, because I don't come live a lot. So for me to have that requirement, I have to have gone in a lot of lives. So yeah, if you want to have a one-on-one conversation also with me, it's possible to book a one-on-one with me by clicking on the link in my bio in any of these platforms. So I see that, Lonton says, how do you talk to me? So yeah, you can book a one-on-one using the link in my bio, so that you can have a one-on-one conversation about, your business. You can do everything with the link in my bio. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope that I don't know have I done my 30 minutes yet? Because apparently I have to keep this going for 30 minutes. How to run? I would have loved to speak to you guys, but since I have not done 30 minutes, I cannot. I have not met the requirements. So he's asking affiliate marketing. Is affiliate marketing or forex trading good for an average person? So first of all, affiliate marketing is good. If done right, one of the best businesses. It means you don't create the product. You find somebody else's product and then you push somebody else's product without having to create it. Said that when somebody pays, you also get a cut. A very easy business to do if you have the people to buy. And also, if the product you are selling is good, you don't need to suffer. You're not going to suffer with that. So affiliate marketing is absolutely, a way to make money. Forex trading for a beginner, first of all, I will not recommend, except that if you already had a lot of money and maybe you had an asset allocation, a part of your net worth that you needed to play with that. Because affiliate, if you don't know what you are doing, forex trading is gambling. If you don't know what you are doing, but if you have taken time to learn about forex trading, know exactly what you are doing, take time to learn it, so that you are not playing with just emotions, okay, but you are playing with a strategy. In that case, it makes so much sense. But if you are just going to be, somebody, you are using luck, I want to be lucky, it's not different from gambling. And that is why a lot of people say forex trading is gambling. I say it's gambling if you do not know what you are doing, if you don't have a strategy, right? So you have to learn. Brother, please, do you have a mentorship group? Not yet. However, I have a group on Telegram for people who have purchased my Airbnb course where we have discussions. We talk every now and then. But I don't have a mentorship yet. Okay, but you can, if you want to talk to me, you can use the link in my bio. And also, like I said, I have a group of people who are part of my Airbnb course. But eventually, when I do a mentorship course, a mentorship program, I will announce it publicly. So is it possible to, Vanessa says, is it possible to start Airbnb business in Ghana from abroad? Yes, it's possible. And no, because it's possible if you know exactly what you are doing. Because any business, not even Airbnb, if you are going to start any business, abroad is going to be hard. But Airbnb is one of those businesses where even if you are far away, you'll be able to set up a team that works without you. And now that setting up the team and everything is a skill. I have, I've never been to Cote d'Ivoire. I have Airbnb in Cote d'Ivoire. I've never stepped foot in Cote d'Ivoire, right? So you have to understand that, yeah, most business you'll be able to do if you have a structure. But if I tell you can do Airbnb, then maybe you just get an Airbnb, it can be hard. So yeah, it's a yes and no. You can start Airbnb if you are not present, if you know what you are doing. That means if you know how to create a team and build a team, you know how to, control a team and everything. So yeah, you can. If you are asking if that is possible, yes. Not easy, but possible. Is it advisable to take loan from a bank to start Airbnb? I would say no. I would say I don't recommend taking a loan, but maybe I have a bias when it comes to taking of loans because I have a past with loans where, I borrowed money from people and it was very hard. So because of that, I am, risk averse when it comes to loans. But as a beginner, you should try to find somebody, an investor or somebody who has, assets that you can use so that you can, be involved in some sort of profit sharing. But if you take a loan, unless you are putting the loan instantly in something that generates income, then you are going to have a problem. And now the risk with this also is that you do not know how the business is going to go. So when you start a business, you do not know if the business is going to go well or if it is not. So how do you guarantee that your business is going to make profit for you to be able to get money to pay your loan? Businesses have accidents, bad things happen. If you borrow money to start a business and that business does not go well, you are in trouble. So as a beginner who doesn't have money, I would tell you to try to find investors, people who can share the downside with you in case something goes wrong, and people who share the upside with you if things go right. It is an anti-fragile system of doing business. It means that you have to protect yourself from the downside and open yourself to the upside. Okay? So the way you do it is not to borrow money to start a business. People have done it, it has worked for them. The majority of people, it hasn't. Because you have not invested that money in assets that you can trace if something should go wrong. If something should go wrong, would you be able to sell assets of that business to pay back? So yeah, my business is not moving well. Yes, you can. My business is not moving well. Should I learn a new skill? Yeah, you can learn a new skill, or you can, find out how to make that business better. There are just some businesses that you have to leave alone, because even the nature of the business is true that most businesses will make you rich, okay, because other people are making, but we have declining business. I think this very week I had to buy a TV because I was, setting up a house, and they sent invoice that I needed to buy a TV, and we're thinking of the size of the TV, and it dawned on me, I don't remember the last time I watched TV. I don't remember, maybe 4, 6, I don't remember, 6 months. I don't remember the last time I watched a TV. So if you are a businessman and you are in the sales of TV, it means you are in a declining market. And you don't want to be in a declining market. You want to be in a market that is forever growing. I've made a video called the Triangle of Financial Literacy. You have to find it and watch. You can only make money in a business if three things are working for you. If that business is in a growing market, it means that you'll be able to increase your income every month by reinvesting inside the business. You have to be in a business that has safety of capital, and you have to be in a nearby. Thank you very much. You have to be in a business that increases your net worth. So every month your ploy or play should be, you want to increase your income, you want to increase your net worth. Salha Autos, thank you very much. You want to increase your net worth, and you want to increase the safety of your business. So if your business doesn't meet any of these criteria, you have to, Ajay, thank you very much. If your business doesn't meet any of these criteria, then you have to reconsider it again. Thank you, the beauty. Right? The industry that you are in, is that industry growing? Is your net worth increasing as you stay in that industry? Is there safety of capital? Another other thing that you have to look at is the rate of inflation in your country. Is the rate of inflation in your country more than the profit of the business that you are making? I have also made a video about that. You can click on my profile, you can find it, because it's a lengthy, explanation. There's a video where I talk about how inflation affects your business. So the business that you are in, if the profit of that business is not beating the rate of inflation in your country, you have to give it up. Right? So first of all, you have to accept if that business has maybe a potential for blessed. Uncle, thank you very much. Except if that business has a future prospect, then in that case, you can stick around. So Joshua Chukwa or Chine Seraphine, thank you very much. Dr. Tulusa says, nice, Adnan, thank you for your presentation. Thank you, Dr. Tulusa. Afima McLean says, next year, wave of billionaires is here. Thank you, coach. Yes, the next year, the wave of new billionaires are here. So yeah, this year you have to, take everything seriously. You have to find a strategy. You have to build something. It shouldn't be about motivation. Motivation is important, but it is not everything. Most of the time, if you run on discipline, I can't remember the last time that I felt very motivated about anything in my business. For some time now, I was telling somebody that I have been running on discipline. Now, if you run on discipline all the time and you are doing and you are growing, because everybody has those moments where you are very, very motivated, where the motivation is strong, but those moments don't come because motivation is an emotion. So those moments don't come every single day. It comes from time to time. So if you are going to count on motivation to be able to grow your life, you are going to have a difficulty, right? Most of the time, you have to run on discipline. Thank you very much, Tim Tony. I appreciate it. Most of the time, you have to run on discipline so that when motivation comes, you are 10xing whatever you are doing. So discipline should keep you moving, and motivation should keep you accelerating. You shouldn't rely on motivation. I need to be motivated to do that. I don't remember the last time that I was motivated. And I like it when I'm motivated. Sometimes I take coffee, I have a lot of motivation, right? Motivation is important. You just don't have it every day, and you cannot count on it. So you have to run on discipline, and when motivation comes, you have to 10x. Somebody says, I've been working 3 hours. Is it that discipline, or is that discipline? I've been working 3 hours. What do you mean? Do you mean you've been working 3 hours a day? If you work 3 hours a day and you get a lot done, that is okay, except that it has to be consistent. If you keep doing it, then you can say that you are disciplined. But if you work 3 hours today and then not work anymore, then that can be a problem. Yes, bless uncle, thank you very much. Somebody says, I live in New Zealand and I want to start a business. If you click on my profile, I have a lot of videos where you can, see exactly how you can start a business and things that you can do. Papa Sika says, I want to meet you. I want you to be my mentor, please. Yes, by the grace of God, we are going to meet one day. I believe at some point we all on this life, I believe that, and I believe that strongly, by the way, that at some point we are all going to meet. It's not something that I have a doubt about, by the grace of God. I've been working from 7 till 11 p.m. Is that discipline? Yeah, if you do it consistently, that's discipline. If you do it every day and it's enough and it keeps you moving and it gives positive results, then that is discipline. So I have a new business. I have a business running, and I don't know if I should open new branches or start a different one. This is very, very important. One thing you have to understand is that you have to be a focused person in life. It means that you have everything that you are doing, you have to be focused. If you have done a business and that business begins to bring you money, you have to learn ways to grow that business. Of course, you can do other investment, but the investment that you have to do, they have to be passive investment. That means investment that don't need your attention. Because whatever business, what is the reason that you want to do the new business that you want to do? What is going to be your reason? Are you doing it for security, or are you doing it for money? If you are doing it for security, then you might as well just invest in something passive that secures your money. If you are doing it for money, it does not make sense because the business that you are already doing has brought you money. So the new business is a good business, all right, that you are going to do. But if the new business that you are going to do is a good business, any business that has given you money to be able to do that new business is also a good business. So why do you do a business because it's good if you are already in a business that is not good? Except if the business that you are doing is not good and you want a way out, or it's gotten to a point you think it can never grow again, you want to sell it. Mr. Don, thank you very much. In that case, then you sell that business and you move on to start something new. But you don't have to be involved in two businesses. I have suffered from that. Just the fact that I'm involved in Airbnb and I have this content thing growing. In fact, the biggest advice I have not followed myself that I feel guilty about is that even though I have my Airbnb automated and everything, just the fact that I'm involved in that and actively in content creation also, I find that I don't enjoy it much. I want to be on only one thing and accelerate that one thing, and all of my investments should be passive investments. I just think that this thing is a bigger scale, and the scaling potential of it is way bigger than my business. And I love this. I love to be able to share what I know with people. So it is a dilemma where I catch myself. And if I would advise anybody, I would tell you to not do that. Except if you have maybe personal considerations, like in my case, where it doesn't cost you money and you are emotionally attached to that new business idea. In that case, it would make sense, right? In that case, it would make sense to leave the business that you are doing to invest in another business. But if I'm going to advise you, I will tell you that whatever business has been able to bring you money, to be able to consider doing other businesses, you just don't have to. Don't do it. If you are investing in other businesses, invest it for diversification and security. And diversification and security can be passive. It can be passive real estate, passive S&P, passive something that you don't have to spend a minute on. Right? So that's also important. So, yes, I'm from Nigeria. Can I get a number to talk to you? I run a credit and finance. So yeah, you can use the link in my bio if you want to book a one-on-one with me. You can use the link in my bio to book a one-on-one with me. So guys, I think that would be it for today. I appreciate all of you, everyone who has come